I found this on Instagram. It's a guitar bridge made by someone called Kaki King or Kaki King, don't know how you pronounce it. And it's called a Passerelle. It's a guitar bridge, but what does that mean and what can you do with it? Let's find out. So firstly, take a regular guitar, steel string, nylon, doesn't matter, and tune it down so far that the strings are saggy. Okay, now the strings are about as saggy as I am. So it's time to insert the bridge. Now, if you read the instructions over here, it will say that you have to insert this bridge on the 16th fret. So basically, take this thing, slide it in under your strings, and then hover it over whatever fret you want, and then turn it up. Now you will see that there are grooves on the top of this bridge. One for each string. Now, basically, you're dividing your guitar string into two parts. And what the difference is in tonality between the two parts is entirely up to where you place this thing. Like, as I said, it recommends the 16th fret, which will divide it into something a fifth up or a fourth down, depending on how you look at it. And if you put it on the 12th fret, you're going to get the string divided into two equal parts. As any guitarist knows, the 12th fret is where your octave is. However, I put it on the 13th fret, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to move this to the 13th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's my 13th fret. I'll move the bridge over the 13th fret, and there's actually a groove at the bottom of the Passerelle that fits comfortably, albeit with a bit of movement like that, over that fret. Now we just have to tune. The way you tune this thing is entirely up to you. There's no set way of doing it. So you can experiment till the cows come home. But what kind of tuning you want? I came up with one, and let's take a look. Okay, so what I've got to tune to, starting at C, going up to F, going up to A, and then again C, then again F, and then again A. Now the cool thing about putting it on the 13th fret as opposed to the 16th fret, or any other, at least for me, what I love about this tuning is it's now divided my string into something that's a whole tone apart. So on the right here I've got a C, but on the left I've got a B flat. And on the right I've got an F. On the left I've got an E flat. On the right I've got an A. On the left I've got a G. And so on. Now a few things to notice. The left side, from my perspective here, is going to be softer, obvi, because there's no sound hole behind it, no box. So your right side is going to be quite a bit louder. Also, this Passerelle, as nicely engineered as it is, it's kind of loose there. That can really alter your tuning. So it's not an exact science, and perhaps that's the beauty of it. The other thing is, these strings, when you start playing it, can have a tendency to just slip off, depending on how tightly you've tuned it. I found I had to take a hacksaw and just widen those grooves a little bit, and now the strings don't seem to jump out anymore. But let's take a look what this sounds like. Now, of course, you can do anything with it. You can play with your fingers, you can strum with a plectrum on both sides, you can use whatever you want. Let's start with the fingers. Now, when you play a string here and then push it on this side, you get kind of a little vibrato, which is cool. Also, you could tune this a little higher. I wouldn't go too much higher, but you get quite a bit of leeway. So when you really pluck or over pluck, you get a bit of a pitch adjustment on that as well, which is kind of cool. Super cool. I mean, how else are you going to get a guitar to sound like that? It's pretty cool. And then you can also fret different notes, although that's less of an exact science. And then you can play with plectrums. Or you can play with these little suntour sticks, that have a felt on the end of them. So that's just one thing, one tuning, one placement of the bridge that I came up with. But the cool thing about this is it's all up to you. You can experiment till the cows come home about how you can use this thing. It's pretty cool. You can turn any kind of stringed instrument into something completely different that sounds more like a koto and plays more like a santur. So, as film composers, we're always looking for different ways to use the same old instruments you just have lying around. And this is a perfect example of that. Something really simple and inexpensive. It was about $100. I'm not affiliated to these guys in any way. So I'll put the link below. Check it out. Have fun with it. And I'll catch you on the next one.